think they'll put it mid. That doesn't sound good versus...
So you need a mid like DK or something like that.
I think maybe they decided to put that Nature's Prophet out of the off lane because of the Witch Doctor. Like that's just like, it's not a direct, obviously, counter or anything like that, but it just makes it harder. And okay, Navi Sven ban makes a lot of sense since with PL and versus Darks here.
Okay, so they have to reveal another core here. What do you take? Like Lina again? Seems like a default. Or you could move Dendy Puck.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, General hasn't played it a huge amount. He's only played Puck 7 times in professional games and has a 28% win rate. So it's not great, but he did play it yesterday. So
I feel like I'm getting influenced a bit because I'm like thinking they might pick Mag here for Dendy just to boost up the PL, but it doesn't sound great.
If they were to take an offlaner and move the Puck mid, then they take a batter and LC. And if they take a mid, then I'd like to see Lina or I don't know. You need like a
Radiant team.
I like the bat.
Lina.
Yeah. Oh, it's Lina. Okay.
Yeah. So if it is mid, we said Lina. I couldn't think of another hero honestly for Navi.
It's Dendy's most popular.
It is.
It's like his most played hero as well.
It's not even a hard call, honestly. It was just more if there was an opportunity for Puck mid, because it's not a bad Puck game.
No.
10
So then
seconds
VG.Thunder, they
remaining.
need something that clashes with the Lina pretty well. It's going to be
Choose your
Ember.
hero.
They need a catch.
Catch versus Puck, decent versus PL later stages.
This lineup fights and pushes.
Double, and it's an Ion Shell carrier, so they do want to be using that.
What do you make of that then, boys? Interesting draft.
Yeah, I'll let you in on a secret, Paul.
Go on.
I'm very biased. I always root for the underdog.
Way. Really?
I want the
I've
underdog
never
to
seen
win.
that before.
I want the underdog to win. But I don't know who the underdog
the
is.
The next surprising thing you'll be telling me is that when EG play, that Fog says he always predicts CG. I mean, it's weird.
Dude, Paul, can you stop?
Wait, what?
I'm getting like ripped apart because of you lately.
Really?
Come on,
Oh, come on,
I'm
man.
just kidding. It's fine.
All right, predictions time. Where you going?
10 seconds.
There's no EG in this game, by the way.
I'm going to go Navi. I
5
think they've got more
seconds
comfort heroes.
Okay.
I think that VGJ is actually the underdog in this series. And so I will root for them, and I think that VGJ will take this cleanly.
All right.
Nice.
Split decision then. VGJ, the underdog, apparently, in this series. Let's find out as we'll head into the game number 1. Don't forget, these are elimination series right now. So best of 3, win 2, and you're through to the final game in the group. Who's it going to be? Navi or VGJ to start things off well? Let's head to the commentary team for game number 1.
You know, Malini, I feel really, really sorry for Fogged. Paul has been on his ass about this whole EG bias thing, American bias thing. I think Paul's just jealous because he can't be biased to anyone. There's no UK team.
What about you and your Australian team? You like
My
newbie?
Australian team?
Your
Where's
Australian
Natural
player?
9? Natural... Let me... Hang on. No, you just put one player into that.
Well, Anna doesn't play anymore.
Okay, one player. We got KP still.
Prepare for battle.
But he's been amazing.
I thought you were about to get me real good there, Toby.
I was like, well, who am I going to pull out of my bag? Gods? I'm sorry, this doesn't work for us. Let's quickly run through our lineups. We had Freeze on the Ember. Yang's going to be on to the wonderful Darkseer Sylar, who is giving us a farming profit. Which should always be fun to watch. We have Io. Luckily, there's no Io to confuse us in this one. He'll be playing the support Shadow Shaman, and this gives support Fade as Conquer in a very pimped up set. Wrapping up our lineup from VGJ.Thunder, while Seneko, the big star of Navi's support lineup, all he's got to do is throw a cask, and he's basically got a Ravage ultimate. Phantom Lance of a Crystallize, been amazing in that one roll of late. He'll be farming away. Dendy has the burst and also the money, that's why he's got the Immortal. Yang, however, may not have his life. The cask flies out, Navi's in position, and Seneko will spill the first blood. Money into the supports, and a huge shout out to our main observer who is taking over for the food poisoned observers that we have. It is Lyrical. We believe in you, bro. We believe in you. I think the only other ones which we missed in the lineup was General on Puck, and Roger is playing the Night Stalker. And Merlini, that is the team.
Thank you. Excellent introduction, sir.
It was a special request from Merlini.
I always like it.
Yeah.
And
Get our bearings.
Already first blood has been spilled. I don't exactly know why Yang was down there, because they do have the Nature's Prophet trance to scout, and it was he saw only one hero on top, and that was the Phantom Lancer. And Darkseer, isn't likely going to escape, and you really don't want to take Surge level 1. So, bit of a, do you really need that Bounty Rune when you don't know where any of the heroes are?
Probably not. Well, you want to keep Roger alive. That's definitely an essential thing. Shackles are available here from Io. He's going to lock down Roger. Where's that follow-up torrent? Still on cooldown after the initial harassment, but Roger's so low. He turns around for a quick void onto Kama. He looks to go into the trees, cuts his way through, and VGJ, they are train running under the tier 1 tower almost, while Io can keep Dendi under control. Roger will fall. Dendi gets a return, but they're locked in. The Dire Creep came in to block him in position, so Kama will drop, and Fade has no way out. What is this? 5 kills were only 1 minute into the game underneath the tier 1 tower. Even General came back to try and help out for that.
Trying to kill a Night Stalker at level 1 is really tough. Night Stalker is on the tier of Spirit Breaker of tankiest level 1 heroes. And, I mean, I guess Night Stalker did burn through a fair amount of tangos, but yeah, that's really not the start that you want to give Dendi.
Yeah, giving Dendi a start like that is nice. Obviously, there were heavy rotations that came in from Na'Vi, like General moving off the lane, created a lot of space for Nature's Prophet to have more fun. Yang, however, not as much fun on the bottom lane. Maldek's on him taking a huge amount of damage. It's still only level 1. I'm not certain, won't be anywhere near enough to tick him out. But back into mid, Io under attack. He'll fall down the torrent, clipping Roger, who is bone dry in mana, but he's went under the ears with gold of the tier 1 tower. Na'Vi 5-1, 2 minutes in. I fear for General on top lane. I think that's the only lane which is really going well for VGJ right now.
Yeah, but he's a puck. He's very unlikely to die. I think to make more...
They're going again on Dendi. I don't think he even got time. Next time you want to say something, say it quickly, because Dendi's dead, and it won't be long before we have another kill.
To make more sense of that level 1 play, why did they dive so deep? Yeah, it ended up very poorly for them, but I think overall with the mentality of the position 1 Nature's Prophet is that you want to fight early, you want to fight often. They're actually trying to be more aggressive than Na'Vi, which is a pretty tough task to mount. But I think if you have a position 1 Nature's Prophet, that's okay. That's kind of exactly what you want. He's going to hit his levels really fast. He can teleport around the map. He's going to be huge, and you can do those tower dives normally if you have the trains tanking for you. But it's a little bit too early for them. He didn't even have TP at the time, but it's still kind of the right play for them.
Yeah. It can work out as long as you get the, it's the trade-off, right? That's what you're talking about. Fade chasing up to Seneko. The shackle won't last very long, thanks to the cask already getting out. LX Mark spot him all the way back in. They're letting the Iron Shells. Yang already being able to get his 2nd level up into that. So the damage on Fade, who got surged in, was really nice. And Io happy to survive, while in mid lane, they charge in. Kama able to survive the Orb of Venom. He's thinking about coming back in again. Now the bottle charge have enabled him. Sylar has TP'd in with a Sprout, controlling Dendi. The phase boot's been triggered, but he'll back off, dragging in more rotations as Seneko comes mid as well.
Well, now this is the trial for you, Lyrical.
Hey, he's been doing fantastic. I don't think he's missed anything right here. See the mouse jump across the screen and freaky. Oh my god, I'm gonna fail. Seneko's looking for Yang.
That was a really unlucky bounce that the Shaman took too. He cast the shackles and took a bounce to the face.
Well, Sylar's gonna return to the top lane once more. I think Camera's just hoping he can get a little bit more CS out of this mid. Dendi is ahead of him at the moment. While Torrent is going to stop the haste rune. Stun will last long enough, but actually no, Seneko's going to grab it. And Fade is in no man's land. He does not survive this. Roger and Seneko can work together, and it does not take long to bring him down. Roger punches him into the grave. And they can rotate mid now. Haste rune is up. Io's already here to try and protect his mid.
See how they're trying to create so many opportunities though for Nature's Prophet. Like, if you had got that haste, that would have been a great place to TP in and then try and get a free kill on the Witch Doctor. So they are looking for those, but these lanes are still not going particularly well for Thunder. Ember's actually not having that bad of a time though. I would like to highlight that. He has 2 kills.
Well, until now. Roger moving in, gets the Void, Shackle on Seneko. They're just trying to make sure the cask is a part of this, but Light Strike Array from Dendi creates a little bit of space, but not enough for Seneko to live. The Torrent doing its work. Sylar TP's in and is there to help secure the kill onto Roger, who is X marks back into this. He didn't really need to come for that fight, but come he did.
Yeah, I think this is one of Freeze's best heroes, the Ember Spirit too. So he's gonna be It's a tough game for him. There's a lot of long duration, short cast point silences, and the puck and the crippling fear. And the Lina can knock him out or catch him out with the Shadow Blade later on. But this is kind of the start that you want. He might be too tanky for them to burst down during the silence, which is exactly what you want to be. And I don't believe... Uh-oh. Well, I'm not sure if Night Stalker... Okay. There's no Night Stalker there, though. Night Stalker needs to be over there.
Yeah, you meet him the vision so he can see the high ground.
Well, you could see that VGJ immediately pinged out where he was because of that, but using the smoke to drop the obs ward, I do like that too.
This keeps the vision up until VGJ try and counter ward underneath where they already understand there's a sentry.
Well, it also protects Dendi, because Dendi is kind of the main person that you want to gank
You
right
might
now.
look to bottom in a moment. Yang's trying to get this camp up, Crystallize moving through it. Roger. Okay, support comes in from Seneko. It comes a little bit late, but it's this huge stack that Crystallize wants to be able to farm up and definitely ensure that Yang can't take with Iron Shell spam. Because at the moment, the Iron Shell spam is actually doing it. Top, General, Wrath of Nature's going to bounce into him again, pulled back in with the X-Mark spot into a shackle. He needs to get out of this one with a quick phase shift into the trees. It won't happen. Io could reach him with the base attack.
And also a tough puck game. Yeah, they don't, like, X is unreliable, but Hex and Shackle are very reliable, as is the Searing Chains coming out from Ember. So, yeah, it looks like this early game after the disaster of 3v1 still doing okay. Oh,
We still have 1 minute until the daytime's going to arrive, and this will allow the silence to last long enough.
He was so
Ember
close to
can't
getting
jump
his
away, and Seneca's
shield.
on the run from Yang, but he can't keep up with that one either. They'll have to just disengage again.
Middle tower is under attack.
These teams are not pulling back.
No reason to.
Well, this is a good trap. Smoke's going to break. They understand Roger. Outside of the pit. They got wards on either side of the pit, so both Io and Fade understand this. So they let the Night Stalker run north to catch Dendi while he's farming, and he got rooted up by the Ancients. The torrent will follow through. Where's your Wrath of Nature? You don't need it when you bring in Silent with the Light Striker Ray catching two. Dendi will fall. Io, well, he will die from this one. The Maldives on him, but at least he can keep the control up with the shackles and movement in from Kama. They'll get the kill onto Roger. Not wanting to give any breathing room to Dendi in the mid.
But then he's probably wondering how the hell he ganked him right there. Because Night Stalker, he was in a position to flush out any sort of smokes. The only way they could have done that is if they like smoked through the north, but I think that Witch Doctor was around there, or they hit in the pit like they did. That was a very difficult gank to avoid, and almost impossible to see coming.
Something which is actually crazy to think of too. Like, you look at the last hits and denies, at the very bottom, 0, 0, 0, 0 are the two supports for Thunder. But net worth and experience-wise, they're both level 4.5. These rotations have been wonderful, and they've got more net worth than the Witch Doctor currently, and almost as much as the Night Stalker. Don't need CS. Their lane, their ganking has just been more than enough.
Yeah, it's been pretty good for them. They aren't level 6 though. I think Shaman's going to need a tome pretty soon, but they will get the majority of the stack. I believe Centaur Camp had already died before, but not bad for them. And they don't have a diffusal yet, and they don't really have a good way to take off the Flame Guard and the Ion Shell, so Ember Spirit still can do a ton of damage up until that point where Phantom Laser gets his Diffusal Blade. So it looks like he's going bots and a Diffusal, the same build that we saw yesterday from Mushi.
Right, you asked for the levels. They're both giving it in the mid. Night Stalker versus Shaman. Most thrilling matchup we've had so far in the laning phase.
Thrilling!
Thrilling.
I'm at the edge of my seat.
There's a reason why Thriller was shot during the night time. That's what we have to wait for from Roger.
Dire's structures.
Top lane, Fade and Sylar, adding pressure towards the tower. General does have Dream Call. He can catch both Fade as well as Sylar, and this Sylar's already TPing out. Except the fact that Fade is going to die. The torrent timing, it was right, but General is better. Able to dodge it nice and quickly, while in mid, there was a jump forward, very quick movement. Kama actually, after farming the bottom, still had a haste root inside of his bottle. So jumped into mid, ran him down, and you can say goodbye to the Night Stalker.
Look at Freeze's positioning too. Trying to cut off the support from defending the lane. They should probably use the TP scroll, so he's able to completely capitalize on the TP rotation top and get this relatively free tower mid. That was a really good move. They only sacrificed a Kunkka for this, so should be happy, pretty happy about that.
Yep. Na'Vi actually was starting to TP out. They had an inkling they could defend this, and TP ended up being cancelled.
too many heroes out of TP top. I don't think they needed
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
the hero that TP'd in there.
I think it was the Night Stalker that was starting his TP from base. Either way,
Oh, he's going Diffusal first. Okay, he's skipping over to BOTs. So he wants to kind of nail this Ember, like nip it in the bud early and don't let him get out of control of that. That is, especially a well-played Ember who can like slight dodge, cast and light strike arrays and maybe even a Laguna. Like he is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And he has Pope up too, so he's like, you know, he can kind of just run in there without a worry. So I kind of do like that change up. I don't really think he needs the BOTs because the pressure from the Nature's Prophet early is going to be way too much for him to be able to split push and utilize those bots and get value. That would be a very low value meter.
General's ready up on this top lane once again. Kunkka looking for the torrent connection. Won't happen because General's already starting to back out. But they have Mass Weapon wards available and Nature's Prophet ready to TP in with level 4 Treants. So these towers for Na'Vi are not going to last very long.
Yeah, right now they have the problem where no one's really making things happening because General doesn't have blink yet. He's very close, and Night Stalker, there's no nighttime yet, but he's very close. So they might have to concede this tower, but that doesn't mean that for the next few minutes they're still going to be playing on the back foot. I think things are going to start heating up maybe right after his blink dagger.
I love the quick change up. So you're committing heavily to the top. General's thinking about the knife, but think twice about it. But very quickly, like when that push was happening, Yang TP towards the mid. So he's accepting the fact the bottom lane could be ganked or lost. So he just starts adding pressure towards the mid lane where the tier 1 tower doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that was a good move from him. He's been struggling a little bit in the lane. And looks like they are going to...
Snako with Death Ward. He should actually get this one. There's a trying to be used. Yang doesn't... He only needs more life, but it won't happen. Roger just walks past. If he had a taunt, he could do it on the way past him.
Yeah, but he read the gank, but he didn't wait long enough. He could have... Another problem with the Nature's Prophet too is like he can farm so many places of the map because Nature's Prophet is farming that left area closer to Shrine. I think normally that's where you would go to if you're a Darkseer because they're going to wrap around from the south side into the mid and try and sweep the jungle. And he didn't really have a great place to farm. But I mean, it's better to co-farm with the Nature's Prophet than dying. But I actually think it should be Siler pushing out the lanes. But he's also scared because of that gank up towards the bottom side of the map.
And Siler's also looking for that nice item timing to get into the Orchid after having both phase and drums. Want more control, Dendi troublesome when that shift is going to be right on top of his head. Crushed by the waves, Camera as well as Fate want to go for more. Siler brings in the drum charges, chasing down General. They've got both Bank and the Searing Chain, so General's TP will not be successful. And 2 cores from Na'Vi fall very quickly.
Yeah, they're actually not doing that great in terms of gold though, because they are 2 towers up, but they're still losing out on gold. So and this is certainly not going to help matters for them. But at least they do stop the Lina before the Bloodstone.
Yeah, at least slow that down.
Yep. And Yang's able to keep his towers alive. They've been doing a really good job of pushing lanes out. Again, another benefit of the Nature's Prophet. Like,
yep,
they are really fast. It's 14 minutes in. This is just way too early of a time for Na'Vi to really do that much.
Well, the panel were quoting it, right? Like when the draft was happening, what happens? Like, if you have a wonderful hero, at least with Night Stalker, you can see them coming at you, I think was the phrase they were using, but they're still going to be coming at you and you can't do anything about it. They're looking for more fighting and they're going to get it. Night Stalker being the man. Then we'll go down to Fade's boat. Pressure was already heavily applied by the Mass Serpent. So that talent's in a position where they can kill it off quite easily. As Snako thought about defending, but loses his life for that thought.
Just look at how well they're playing around their cooldowns, though. How many times have they used Serpent Wars already, right? How many times have they used Boat? And like these 2 supports were just level 4.5, like at 8 minutes.
Yep.
So they, as soon as they hit their ultimates, boom, things are happening, things are happening, things are happening, things are happening. And again, a lot of the opportunities that have been created by the Nature's Prophet pick, which I really do favor, and I hope some more teams actually look into the possibility of running the position 1 Nature's Prophet that has fallen out of favor because he doesn't carry super hard, but he's really good for this sort of playstyle.
I love how we actually like just casually referred to Natural 9 at the very start of this. Remember, they were one of the ones very early in the days of Dota 2 that started doing this with Mass Serpent Wards as well. There's nothing but trees, just mass pushing down the lane. They were doing it because of lag reasons, but their timings is what VGJ are replicating very, very nicely.
Yep.
Wards come off cooldown, we push. So in the next push time is 25 seconds when Mass Serpent Wards from Shadow Shaman are up. And this is the focus to Avaya. He's going directly into the Aghanim Scepter. They really want to buff this up and do some damage to Na'Vi's high ground.
So that is a Diffusal Blade already picked up, so now Ember Spirit is going to be a very vulnerable target in the fight.
Yep.
Still, he does have Boat, though. That's going to be pretty strong for him.
He's got
Can't
Boat,
dispel it.
and Mech is up in 350 gold.
It's just, I mean, I definitely think that they saw the Diffusal Blade because he is in the bottom lane. They realize he has no VODs, so he is going for that first. But again, they use the wards on cooldown.
Yep. Objective after objective. I'm even loving the fact that Sila's leaving one tree in their tank, then puts in the secondary one, lets every other tree scout out anyone that might be coming towards them. But this Roshan, without a Solar Crest, without even throwing a medallion, is taking forever for VGJ to achieve.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
At least they're keeping their wards alive by having the trees in there, but Na'Vi grouping around, they're not bringing everyone back. Crystallized, still farming and pushing on the bottom lane. He can TP the tribe with no problem, and Na'Vi keeping a good job of scouting inside the pit. And with a catapult wave on the bottom as well, this tier 2 tower is almost gone, and VGJ, they bring Kama down to the bottom lane to start the defense, and Na'Vi initiate instantly, looking for the conquer. The paralyzing conquer going to cause problems, and with no mass left, with no heavy damage, they'll lose the conquer if there's no quick follow-up. In fact, they're just dropping like flies now. VGJ, so much being lost. Ember has to do some serious lifting. The Vax hasn't done enough, and Kama, he's caught on the wrong side. That Diffuser Blade is just making it impossible for him to fight and survive. He moves up over towards Steady. The Line Strike Array will be able to miss, but he's bringing Na'Vi into a comfort zone underneath their shrine. Quick Spirit Jump back down into the river, but Crystallized with a Phantom Rush, he's able to keep up with those fast pumping legs. Kama cannot make it back to the Radiant Shrine to regenerate, and Na'Vi with a huge fight.
Really poor positioning by the Kunkka. He wasn't able to get his boat off. I think if he gets his boat off, like, everyone can at least get their spells off. And as you mentioned, no medallion early on in the fight. I don't think Roach would have fallen even with medallion, but it would have at least made their situation a lot less bleak. But good timing by Na'Vi too. Like, they're at the right time with the Diffusal Blade. Again, the Diffusal Blade over bots was a really big deal for this, and he doesn't get any spells off. This cast and the dewarding at the start by the Witch Doctor crushed this fight. They lose 2 heroes without really any harm.
It's when you actually wanted to, like that cast, it acted practically as a Ravage, but where were the Treants? Where was everything else to soak it up?
Well, they were all in the pit.
Yeah, they all got lost in the pit, which means
it's a nice Bloodstone boost to Dendi too. Dendi now has 16 Bloodstone charges, and he has BOT charges. So they're going to have 2 BOTs pretty soon, which is going to do wonders in dealing with the split push coming out from the Nature's Prophet. And now what is VGJ's next move? They are... I don't think they can do Roche again, even with the next round of cooldowns. They still would need a Solar Crest to do so.
It would seem to make more sense if you just push the lanes. Like, they're grouping up on bottom of 3-man smoke, they're wrapping around, but Na'Vi is here in force. 4 heroes, who's going to go down first? General! The Blinken with 3-man silence and the Dream Call controlling up the Darkseer for the moment. BTs will bring Crystallized to the front lines. They're shackling and controlling up Snako inside the Mouse left more, so at least the Witch Doctor is gone, but you've lost the Ember. Trade, not worth it for VGJ. The boat plus Torrent will create a little bit of space for VGJ to start a mass exodus. They all want out, and they're all actually going to get out, apart from the fallen comrades of both sides.
What happened to Ember Spirit? He just got swamped on the
he got caught out, so the rest of VGJ almost looked like they just started fighting against Snako. Snako was the critical hero, and Ember was on the wrong side. That's simple. Did he BT in?
He doesn't have bots.
Okay, then yeah. Never mind. I don't know why he got so far.
So great Torrent boat, but not enough. Sylar.
Well, he's trying to force the top lane. Laguna's still on cooldown for the moment, but Snakeo's there. Sylar's dead. Bloodstone charge, +1.
They have lost all their momentum because of not being able to get that Roche.
X. Waiting for the Torrent timing. Dendi. Oh, we'll be able to connect. And it was the max wait time just so Kama could come in close. Death Ward doing some decent damage to the Ember Spirit, but they go once more. Pulling Dendi in. Remove some of those Bloodstone charges, bringing him down to 12, but they want to get more back-to-back kills. Dendi's already alive and TP'd over, while General holds the rest of VGJ.Thunder in position with the Dream Call. Fate will fall. And VGJ are fully on the run. Well, whoever can still run is alive to do so. Ember Spirit into the tree line. Will dodge at least the orb of General, but how do you get further away from this? Double searing chains will help. The lance from Crystallize, he lost the vision quickly. Underneath the tower, Na'Vi begins to dive. Yang will give the surge, but it just gets purged off by the Fusel charge. And Ember Spirit can't run out this one. Sylar will come in, the wall is down, while Phantom Lancer trapped in the tree. Saneko walks in underneath the tower with practically no life, trying to help out with one physical attack is all he brought to that engagement.
Well, the rest of the team doesn't have Phantom Rush, so they can't really help him out. The Phantom Lancer does have the right idea in the team fights, which is hone in on the Ember Spirit. As soon as Ember Spirit saw the Phantom Lancer in the jungle, he immediately ran away. He knows he can't survive. He knows he can't do any damage because of the Diffusal Blade. But now, VGJ actually have a lot of solutions to the Diffusal Blade. He had to purge off the Surge, and then immediately after that, he cast Flame Guard, and then he's very, very tanky. And then on top of that, he's going for the Yules. So now you have this problem of you only have one Diffusal carrier who has 5 things to purge off. There's going to be multiple heroes, Ion Shuttle in the fight. What if it's not Ember Spirit? Ember Spirit has Flame Guard, Yules, and you're going to be running low on charges pretty soon too. So it might be a little bit of a concern for them later. I guess he can just replace his Diffusal when he is really rich. But now the PL makes a lot more sense because now you have this hero that can fight a lot earlier. Like he can fight as soon as he has the Diffusal Blade. That's 3,000 gold. That's less than a Battle Fury. And if they had picked the AM, they wouldn't have been able to capitalize on this midpoint in the game where the Ember Spirit would have run rampant if it were an AM instead.
I got another new item up as well. Danny's managed to pick up Shadow Blade. One way to get around all of that is by hitting that stun before you can have Flame Guard, before there can be a reaction with the Yule Scepter from Ember Spirit. And Na'Vi wants something that will help them in the fights too. Roshan will do exactly that. The Treants are on the way in, but it is way too late. Roshan's low, Roshan's dead, and Crystallize is now the possessor of the Immortal.
Yeah, they don't really need to give it to Dendi. Dendi has still a fair amount of Bloodstone charges. One of the reasons I do like this Lina mid for them a lot is so good at taking down objectives. I think people kind of forgot how good she was at taking down objectives. When she got nerfed, it was her Dragon Slave damage at lower levels, which hurts her laning, sure, but she still has a ton of range. She has really good talents for damage, and she's equally good at chucking down Roach as well as taking down towers. So, I mean, it just made it super simple. They didn't have to expend anything really, just Medallion, which is nothing for them.
Radiant's top tower
Got a
is
4-man
under
smoke
attack.
up from VGJ in the bot
Radiant's
river.
Super unexpected though. It's during nighttime and they just picked up the
Alright,
Aegis.
they're going to fight Crystallize. If they can control him, there's a Searing Chains. Doppelganger has to be used. They're going to chase down the real one. As support arrives, Sylar's there, but they're underneath the shrine. Burning it quickly, and VGJ do not feel like they can find this kill, or can they? A double Searing Chains back while the ship's coming in! Na'Vi will only lose to Nako. The Aegis, the Immortal, will bring Crystallize back to life again. They're keeping him out the fight with a torrent little buff. As Crystallize continues his run, they want more. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains now back off cooldown. They're able to hit it, but Doppelganger. Crystallize breaks free. Another Spirit jump forward. Light Strike array from Dendi. Gonna fly, but astray. And VGJ realize they're in a little bit too deep.
That was a tiny opportunity for them too. No, I really do like that play. It's a really difficult play to make. I don't know if the Arcane rune had anything to do with it. Ember actually had an Arcane and a Haste rune, so maybe he made the call like, you know, I'm really strong right now, I know they have their items, but normally you wouldn't take a fight right there, and BGJ kept it completely by surprise. They lose the Aegis, and it looks like they're going to lose their Shadow Shaman. No big deal, here he has the axe. It's a really early axe from him.
Yep. Roger, I think, was actually hoping to kill off the courier, but yeah, he'll take a hero. He'll take the Shadow Shaman.
There's no nighttime anymore, Roger.
X marks the spot, pulls it back in, but there's no T1 town, there's no big damage, but Torrent, Ship, Roger is low. Where are friends? Yang's in the tree line, not with a lot of mana to work with, and Na'Vi have all the numbers. In fact, they've got 5 heroes here. While Ember's pushing in the top lane, Sylar's forcing in the bot lane.
They need a way to deal with these PL illusions. Right now, they don't really have enough AoE. They're gonna need...
They're getting Maelstrom on Sylar.
Yeah, I don't know what the Ember Spirit goes for, though. You can go Battle Fury or you can go Maelstrom. I'm not sure which one he prefers this game. He went for Spell Amp on his talent, so likely going to be Maelstrom, I would say. But Battle Fury is sometimes the item of choice versus PL in particular. PL and Meepo are generally the 2 heroes that you consider building Battle
Quick
Fury.
Vulcan. Vac gonna cancel the TP out, so the Orc can pop. Not enough to get the kill, so Cameron will do it himself with the blades.
I also like how he went for no POC builds too. Like both teams are eschewing normal item builds in order to get an early lead. And yeah, VG are down in gold, but they're still like making very fantastic plays, and I think their teamwork and their swiftness can overcome this network deficit.
Yeah. So what you can basically hope for in the best of every kind of Dota game, a team which is dynamic and can adapt on the fly. And well, General. He tried to wait that out as long as he possibly could, but the control factors are so high. He's down for 44 seconds, and they didn't use mass serpent wards here, VGJ. So if they want to go high ground with those Aghanims buffed up mass serpent wards, they can do so. Roger chipping around the back, looking for an opening if he can find one.
They need the PL here. PL is one of the best heroes at killing the serpent wards.
Snake's taking so much damage. The range of the mass serpent wards, even if they back it back in and get the mass serpent wards, one more attack should do it. Witch Doctor is down, Puck has buyback money available now. They managed to get through like all the mass support, so they're gone, but Dendy burns the BKB, runs forward, needs the kill on Yang, but he cannot get it. Yang has enough life to just surge himself away as Ember Spirit. A quick little jump, very, very slow, thanks to the Fuser Blade, but his Yule Scepter breaks free of it, and now he has to jump up the Spirit. It won't happen, however. Crystallines has the control. And they do find the kill, but we're 26 minutes in and that tier 3 tower almost died. General, with the Dream Call, catches Yang, and Yang has no other choice to stand, TP, and the damage, Yule Scepter. General has it back up again, now the surge away, but Roger will reach him with the Void to find the kill. Now it turns to Na'Vi to be the aggressors down mid.
Yeah, they might get a T2, but still, that was a ton of damage on T3. He's at like, what, 20% right now? So just even less than that, so just a little bit more. They can get a kill. Siler, he's been doing a good job of not dying too. I think he can easily get chased down by the Phantom Dimension if he sticks around for too long.
The X on General is more of a pain. Not a real thing. That attack range on Dendy is actually possible. They got Mana Style on Crystallized. They can have a lot of PLs on the front lines and just let Dendy be the cannon from range.
Yeah, good BKB show too.
Perfect fight for him as the team is trying to keep it close. 21-21.
That's an even fight.
Each on the kill count. It is Na'Vi who are ahead, however. Experience is almost 10 grand, 10k for Na'Vi, and it's about 7,000 for the gold in favor of Na'Vi as well.
But VGJ have, I think, much higher upside in team fights. They do have the Vacuum Torrent Boat combo, which is huge, and they have a lot of AoE damage to dump into it as well. So, like, it could easily happen too, because PL doesn't have a BKB. If he gets hexed up, or even just torrented, you could just get blown up. Damned. Yeah, that's a...
It's not the heat, it's the humiliation.
Shadowblade setup, and like that's what we were talking about with initiation. There's just like you can have all these defensive items and abilities, but if you can't get them off, that Light Strike Array connects, you're dead.
Yep.
And now General's looking for more Dream Call, able to catch out Io, and Fade wants to create a little bit of space. Just X-Mark, Torrent, and Ship with the Mass Serpent was down. Dendy protected by his BKB. The Orchid is on the Roger. Paralyzing can't bounce a little bit too far. Snowball bounces forward, but it won't matter when Crystallize and Dendy can move in on the target. Sadeko splits the fight up by putting down the Maledict as well as the Death Ward. Fate will fall, and the sole survivor is Yang, who's trying to run away from the rest of Na'Vi all the way on bottom lane. This is not his fight at all. At least the illusion is beating into General, but General will create a little bit of space with his Yule Scepter. He is fine, while VGJ.Thunder are in a bad position, aka they're about to be high ground by Na'Vi.
So this is probably the closest that we've seen to an all-out strategy the entire tournament. VGJ, like the Ember doesn't really fit in, but definitely the Nature's Prophet position 1 and the Shadow Shaman. And it requires very fine execution and very fine timing. I think they really hit on most of those points except for one, which is the Roshan. I think if they had itemized a little bit better for that, something I really dislike about the Chinese teams is how often they just first item center every time in Shadow Shaman. I think having like a lot of small items like a Force Staff and or Medallion can really go a long way to helping win the game, whereas we haven't really seen the Wards do that much.
This damage is nice to kill off at least one, but with the Dust Reveal on Dendy, he cannot hide Santa's TP. They have enough to bring him down. Doesn't actually, well, he does deny himself with a Bloodstone, but still has 13 charges to go, and they're just drawing the line to go down mid. So that's the stupid thing here, right? Like I can kind of, I'm kind of with you, like the whole Aghanim Scepter first up, but they still have the power to push.
Yeah, I mean, Denny's already up. How much are they really going to be able to put?
If you push down the Mass 7 Wars with tier 3 towers, at least guaranteed.
They have good heroes to kill the Serpent Wars. PL and Lina, I would say, are two of the best cores at killing the Serpent Wars. Like, it's not usually, oh, drop wards, GG, don't let them get to our base. It's one where they have tons of wave clear and tons of right-click power with really fast attack speed to kill those wards very quickly.
But VGJ have almost no choice now. The torrent connects over on 2, so as the Spiders will be a searing chains, but the Dream Call is better from General. Holding VGJ back, now the 3-man back wall. Only actually calls one of them in the wall. That allows for the boat combination. VGJ burning a building for no real gain. The Mass 7 Wars has to be thrown outside the base. Olayo holding puck in position. VGJ, they're still alive. The searing chains controlling them. Crystallize, he'll break through the doppelganger, but the damage is too much. VGJ just cannot survive through this. While Na'Vi low on life, they only lose General so far, but there's more damage to come. It's 1-for-2 trade-off. I cannot believe the searing chains held him there. Seneko trying to stay clear of both the creep wave as well as Yak, but Dendy will find the kill just in time. I suppose at the end of the day, you still end up losing him anyway, so you hold your tier 3 tower, you repel the VGJ push. A good fight for Na'Vi.
Very good fight, and they forced them to drop the wards outside the base too. So no tier 3 damage. Shrine not available. Na'Vi, the PL is way too strong right now. They're really far behind in items in order to deal with them. Like, you want Mjolnir on Nature Prophet by this point. He does not have it. So the fight starts off pretty decently. They managed to shackle up General after this on the top side of the fight and kill him, but they they weren't able to connect a lot of their spells. Like the vacuum plus the bow didn't really hit. But still, they're in this nice little clumped up ball playing around the wards, which is great.
Positioning is nice, but Na'Vi, as you said, like, they couldn't get hit by the combination that VGJ attempted. But you also thought that VGJ was off to a good start. Like, you got that torrent on 2 inside, and then General just creating problems.
It's misleading though, because the PL is still like, he's not even in closest danger of dying. It's not like he has to build a BKB. He actually has a heart.
Yeah.
And then he can also go to 20 strength talent at 25. So like, you need tons and tons of damage to burst through this, and right now there is not that possibility from the, I guess maybe they can like wall replicate it, maybe, but it's still not really going to be enough.
They're coming to fight all 5 heroes together, all ultimates up for VGJ. Who do they actually catch? Na'Vi will smoke as well. They're right a little bit further northwest. Now Dendy, Mindbreaker Ray onto, the searing chains onto Dendy with the BKB. He is free. General with the perfect silence. And this is not the fight the VGJ wanted. They will get the fact back out. The ship is nice. And do they have enough? No, they really don't.
So
Under is toast.
This particular fight too. Imagine if they had a blink on the...
GG.
If they had a blink on the Shaman, they could have disabled him before the BKB, but they have the Scepter that doesn't really do anything. So it was a nice try by VGJ, but overall Na'Vi with a much sounder strategy. The cores were able to deal with these mass summons very, very easily. I do like the early